Hello Aries, and welcome to your reading today. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you're all doing really well. Thank you if you're all joining me for the first time. It'd be really good to have you on this journey, so please don't forget to subscribe or like if you like the video. Got that out of the way quickly, didn't I? Okay, let's get started. We're with Aries Spirit. I dropped those, they didn't feel right. Thank you. Ooh, Aries, we start with some conflict. Let's find out what this is all about. I'm just going to lay out probably 4. I think they're saying 4. Ooh, we have decreased. That's a good sign. Come on, Spirit, please. We have planning and action. Loving this, actually, Aries, because this is looking positive, yeah. And we have the vast universe. On the bottom we have the discovery card. Interesting. So it could have been that you've been dealing with something really difficult recently, Aries. We see the card of conflict. For me, when this card comes up, it sort of, I don't feel it's necessarily conflict with other people. For some of you it could be. As I always say, this is a very general reading, so please take what resonates for you. But, you know, with this card, it's more like we see turbulence here. We see these choppy waters. I just think you've been dealing with a situation that has been difficult for you to navigate. That can be any area of your life. It can be a relationship. It can be a job situation, whatever it is for you. You know, it feels like things have been very rocky for you. And as I say, just difficult for you to navigate, Aries. What I do see, though, is, and the reason I said this was good news, because next to this card, this is the good news, because we have it decreasing. So whatever the challenges are, you will begin. You may be seeing this already because it's at the beginning of your reading, but you may see that things are beginning to ease up, things are beginning to be less challenging and, you know, having to deal with it. For some of you, you'll just be letting it go. We see the water here flowing through this person's hands and just hitting the ground. And that's so healthy for you, Aries, because, you know, this energy, I can feel it. It's sort of really draining on your energy. But this, just letting it go and moving forward, so much lighter in terms of energy. We see the light in this person's hands here. I think once you reach this stage where you sort of think, you know what, it's not worth trying to deal with this anymore, or maybe you've dealt with it and therefore it's calming down, you know, whichever it is for you. I think once you reach this stage, you'll be in a better position to know what actions you need to take moving forward, or the actions that you choose to take. We see here there's a lot of planning going on. Obviously, it's the planning and action card, but it's one of the energy sets in this cards as well. So this is very much about you suddenly feeling renewed energy, suddenly feeling you can, you know, pick things up and run with them. Very much forward planning, hopefully leading to some stability. I always feel in my readings that when I see a big building like that looks very solid, it looks like you're putting down some foundations and planning for an end goal that will bring you stability. And Spirit want you to know that the world is your oyster. I always say that with this card because that just feels it's sort of all encompassing. You know, there is a vast universe out there. Sometimes we waste so much time, don't we, trying to sort out and, you know, deal with the sort of ups and downs of life and overcoming the rocky periods, that we sort of lose sight of the fact that there's a whole world out there. We can just choose differently. And on the bottom of the deck, we had the discovery card. So again, down the line, Spirit are saying, you know, once you've planned, put your plans into action, moved forward, felt a lighter energy and therefore felt more able to move forward, there's good things coming at the end of it. this man is making a discovery. It looks like some sort of precious stone, a diamond or whatever that he's found. They've just said diamond in the rough. So, you know, you may have been asking yourself, or you may have been asking Spirit, why have I gone through all this hassle? Why did you put me through that? It really doesn't matter now. We go through these periods of time for our own soul's development, and sometimes it's extremely tough. But then the energy lifts. We get periods of time where, even if it's only brief, I'm not saying this will be only brief because it looks like it's longer lasting here, but you know, we get those moments, don't we, where things seem better. For you, Aries, it is going to be a longer period of time because we see this gradual increase in energy, and, you know, Spirit are very much on your side here. They always are anyway, but that you know, that you will feel their presence because your energy will be so much lighter. I love this. Let's get some tarot and find out some more information. Which cards, Spirit? Which, they're leading me to these, which is, hang on. Those of you that have been with me a while know that I love this deck. I love this deck. And I know you're going to say, what's it called? To be honest, I can never remember the names of them. But it's some, yeah, anyway, let's not digress. Spirit, tell us about this conflict, please. What is this conflict? Oop. Yeah, you may have felt really, really under pressure. For some of you, you may have felt a bit defensive about a situation. So maybe you've had to fight your corner. I think, you know, you've had lots of challenges along the way, and you've had to be really determined to stand your ground in this situation. So I'm not sure, as I say, the conflict will be different for all of you. So, you know, I'm not sure what it is for you in this moment. We have the Page of Cups. So, yeah, Page is always a very young, youthful energy, and the Page of Cups is the youngest page in the deck. But, you know, what he's showing us here is the need for you to have been creative. I think this has already happened, or you may be going through this now. But, you know, the Page of Cups, obviously we've got Cups energy. There's, you know, emotions involved here, but he's learning here. He is actually, you know, using his creativity to find his way through this situation. So you may have had, in dealing with whatever these challenges were, this rocky period of your life, Aries, it feels like you've, you know, used your creativity to help you to stand your ground and weave your way through this situation. So why do we see a decrease? Whoop, gosh, this went jumpy. Yeah, look, it'll enable you to have a fresh start. I want to see what this card is, because they've given us this big time where you put your focus. Yes. So Spirit is saying, as your energy comes back into a lighter feeling here, there's a fresh start for you. It's like you can put the conflict behind you, whatever it was, or the challenges behind you. Your time to actually have that fresh start. We see a galleon here, or a boat of some, I think it's some sort of galleon, I think. I'm not good with boats. But anyway, we see the boat moving forward, you know, through very calm waters. So you've got the opportunity now to really move your life forward, Aries, without having to drag all that behind, you know, the other stuff, the negativity with you. They're saying it's really important where you put your focus, because this is your time to look forward, to actually plan where it is you want to be. And we see that as we come into the planning and action card. Ten of Swords energy. So this was you at your lowest ebb, Aries. Self-love. So I said, while you're planning your next set of actions, you know, give yourself some recovery time, give yourself some healing time, give yourself some nurturing, self-care. you know. So yes, it's good to plan your way forward. And we know, Aries, you're very good at being very focused and being very single-minded. But alongside that, make sure that you're looking after your emotional well-being. So I think the message here is not about forging forward in a hurry, but taking the time to make sure that emotionally you're over having dealt with that. And it may only be that this situation left you feeling very tired, you know. So Spirit is saying, make sure you get plenty of sleep. Make sure that you don't spend all night, every night, planning your way forward. Make sure you also get plenty of rest and look after yourself, Aries. There's some heartbreak here. You may feel, because of what's happened in the past, that this is something that you can't recover from, right? But Spirit is saying, self-care, Aries. Whatever this was, and this, for some of you, it could have been a relationship breakdown, or, you know, a hard decision you had to make regarding a relationship. It won't be that for all of you. For some of you, it's to do with the workplace, I feel. But it's left you sort of questioning whether or not there's anything good in the world for you. And Spirit are saying there absolutely is. You may still feel a little bit jaded. You may still feel a little bit of heartbreak. That's why they're telling you to look after yourself. They're saying this heartbreak, Aries, is a bit of an illusion. They've just said hanging on for too long. So it feels like it's time, really. I love the fact we have the decrease card there, because it's really time for you to let go of the pain and the sorrow that this situation caused you in the past, or in the very recent past. It could even be present for some of you. It's now, this is a very direct way of Spirit saying it, but they kind of know that Arians like direct speech, whichever. They're saying the heartbreak now is a bit of illusion, because the fact that, not that they're playing down what you went through, it's not the heartbreak itself that's an illusion, but your belief that there's nothing else out there for you is a bit of an illusion. Because, you know, there are so many beautiful things for you to yet experience. That is the message that I want you to take from this. Yeah, they feel like you've been sitting in sorrowful energy for quite a long time, and this is an exact, I love they've given us this card now, because what I was trying to explain just then, and I hope it came through clearly enough, was, you know, this is you sitting in a bit of disbelief. Some of you, it won't be for all of you, but there may be just for some of you, just a nagging doubt that, you know, can things improve? You know, I did my best back here, but actually it was still very difficult. Spirit are saying, this is what's out in the vast universe. Look at the sun shining through this window. Even the bird is pointing in the direction. Even the swords that have left you feeling sorrowful are pointing towards the sunlight, Aries. So I love the fact that they brought us the decrease card to show us that all this anxiety, all this pain, all this irritation for some of you that you went through is actually decreasing. And you're waking up to this newer energy to release you from this doubt about the beautiful things that are around in the world. They've just said to me it's a partnership, as they showed me the Lovers card. So Spirit want you to know that they've got your back here. They want you to know that they're walking with you on this beautiful new enlightened journey, Aries, and it is going to be just so expansive for you. You know, I do feel that things are going to open up, and at the end of it, as we said, you're going to find some sort of gem, whatever that is for you, whether it's a new love. For some of you it could be, because we are seeing the Lovers card. It could be a new partnership in terms of your working situation. it could just be, you know, I don't know, a reconnection with a family member, maybe. I don't know why I said that. But, and I've shuffled the Lovers, which is interesting. Let's see. Yeah, look at this. A real turn in your fortunes. The end of a cycle as well. You know, I don't always say that with the Wheel of Fortune, even though it is a wheel, obviously. But I don't tend to pick up that meaning with it very often. But actually, I'm feeling it today. So I feel that things are really turning for the better for you, Aries. And, you know, what a lovely message from Spirit. On the bottom of the deck, we have the Knight of Wands, and we know the Knight of Wands loves an adventure. I really do think the world is your oyster, Aries. So, you know, please work on your self-belief. Please work on moving it forward, because you have got good things waiting. I'm going to pick some, you know, I love my Moonology to finish off with. So I'm going to pick this deck of Moonology though. So let's see, to sum up for Aries, please, Spirit. Oh my word, you couldn't make this up, really. And I know tarot readers are often saying that, but you really cannot make this stuff up. Look at it. What have I been talking about? About self-love here. Make time for self-love, Aries. You know, it's time to focus on you. Maybe you've given too much of yourself to other people and they've left you feeling depleted. It really is about you building yourself back up. They want you to be proud of yourself. Spirit are saying, we're proud of you, so why aren't you? Know your worth. How much more powerful a message can you get? My goodness, look at that. Self-love, be proud of yourself and know your worth. Time to rise. It is time for you to rise, Aries. Wow. And look at this. On the bottom of the deck, we have speak your world into being. Absolutely. Build yourself up, Aries, and take that step forward, because you have got beautiful things waiting for you. We just need to lift that energy for you to get there. Honestly, love it. I love that, Aries. Wow. Okay, I hope you enjoyed that reading. If you did and you're still with me, please do drop a like. It really helps the channel. And wow, yeah, know that you're coming out of this difficulty. Love it, Aries. I hope you have a beautiful week, and I hope you enjoyed the reading. And I'll read for you all again really soon. Take care. Bye for now.